1. The hurlbat, aka light throwing mace. Imagine this, you're shoulder to shoulder with your shield brothers, battlefield dust everywhere, and suddenly you whip out the hurlbat, a deceptively simple wooden shaft topped with iron, lightweight enough to chuck it fast, yet heavy enough to smash armor or skulls. Its genius lies in brutal surprise. Hide it until the last second, launch it, then switch to sword or axe. Now picture modern reinvention, a sleek alloy or carbon fiber core for balance, rubberized grip for slick palms, maybe even tactical grooves. It'd be perfect for historical reenactors, LARP nerds, or just backyard warriors. A real throwback weapon that feels like dropping a tactical grenade. Viking style, it's humble, unassuming, and utterly lethal. 2. The Seax with hooked pommel. Forget your kitchen knives, this version of a Seax is pure Viking edge tech. The hooked pommel isn't just decoration, it locks into your fist, prevents slipping during fierce grappling or dirty street scraps. With underarm concealment or tucked in a sleeve, it's a silent weapon until drawn. Then it's game on. Imagine modern updates, sleek high-carbon steel blade, contoured leather-wrapped handle, maybe a customizable hook for belt or glove attachments. Tactical gamers and influencers would drool, quick-draw artisan. It's functional art, a blade that whispers confidence, I'm discreet until I'm not. This weapon brings edge back to everyday carry culture. Viking minimalism meets modern utility, sharp, stylish, and subtle. 3rd, Ulfberht sword hybrid. Ulfberht swords were Vikings' premium blades, high-carbon, springy, nearly mythical. Now picture a modern hybrid, the same authentic look but wrapped around a carbon fiber spine, with modular crossguards, maybe even drag-and-drop pommels. For filmmakers, reenactors, collectors, a sword that feels legendary, performs clean slashes with razor balance, and looks the part under any lighting. You hold a bit of folklore, but with a refined twist. Add tempered coating for shine, adjustable weight skew, or threaded sections for travel. It's not just nostalgia, it's ancestral flair upgraded for Gen Z swordplay. This hybrid revives the mystique while solving balance, weight, and portability issues. For serious sword lovers, this is history reimagined. 4th, bearded axe thrower. Forget broad-bladed lumber splitters, this is the axe Vikings trusted. The bearded design extends the cutting edge and gives you a shield hook for ripping down shields in hand-to-hand clashes. Now shrink it, rebalance it, perfect the throw. A sleek, lightweight throwing bearded axe for accuracy and flair. Imagine training routines, axe-throwing competitions, campsite storytelling praise. You swing, it sails, then lodges in a target with satisfying thunk. Modern materials, titanium-coated blade, fiberglass haft, leather wrap. Add durability without weight. It's a tool, toy, and weapon all rolled into one. Campers, archery clubs, survivalists, anyone can use the thing. A Viking weapon reborn as a lifestyle tool. 5. Skegurks, bearded battle axe with spike. This is weaponized poetry, an axe that chops with one side and punctures with the other. The Skegox's bearded blade slashes, its spike backs it up with piercing power. It's the ultimate 2-in-1 tool, slash wood or armor, then flip and hammer through mail or helmet. Imagine a carbon fiber shaft, replaceable heads, shock-absorb grip, ready for reenactment or survival tasks. Chunk wood, break ice, puncture, in a single swing. It's practical brutality that feels cinematic. Modern survivalists would love the modularity, reenactors could stun on the black powder range. The weight balance, design symmetry, its brutal elegance. This revamp screams Viking resourcefulness. 6. Horseman's sword, slender cavalry blade. Vikings on horseback needed reach, not bulk. Enter the horseman's sword, slim, fast, made to whistle through cavalry charges. It wasn't medieval fantasy, it was battlefield reality. Now picture modern updates, high-carbon stainless steel, heat-treated fuller, leather-wrapped grip, optional basket hilt, all in a sleek package. For equestrian reenactments or mounted trick riding, it combines style and performance. When slung at your side, this blade whispers agility, I ride, I strike. Minimal hand fatigue, precise cut, elegant balance. Riders today would appreciate the reach and flair. It's wrestling with history, galloping into epic. A sword that's light, lethal, and irresistibly smooth. 7. Bardiche, the Viking poleaxe cousin. Vikings loved formation fighting, and the Bardiche-style polearm gave them leverage and reach, delivering sweeping chops or crippling shield walls. Now refine it. Tempered steel blade, fiberglass pole, removable head. It's ideal for Renaissance fairs, LARP, strongman spectacles, show-stopping and terrifying. Whip it overhead, slide it low, ideal for dramatic entrances. Modern reenactors can display choreography blows on stage that hit hard, yet are battle-safe. It doesn't just look mighty, it is. Portable via detachable haft, adjustable weight, and sharp sound design for immersive show. A true revival of Viking crew combat tools. 8. Throwing hatchet with wiry grip. Think compact, deadly, and easy to sling. That's the throwing hatchet, small enough to hide in a cloak, balanced for deadly accuracy at 10 paces. Now swap in tungsten-infused steel, a rubber grip that stays firm in rain or sweat, and a sleek sheath with snap release. Backyard target practice becomes Viking training. Strap one to your utility belt, handy tool till rivals approach. It's perfect for campers, survivalists, or trick shot artists. Not too cumbersome, but when you line up a throw and it lands tip first, that's raw Viking poetry. A mini axe with maximum attitude. 9. Viking mace with spiked collar. Flashy blades usually steal the spotlight, but let's not forget, blunt force is where the real destruction lives. Vikings knew that. That's why some of their most devastating weapons weren't sharp at all. Enter the Viking mace, a thick wooden shaft capped with a heavy iron head, often ringed with spikes or flanges. No slicing, no finesse, just raw, unforgiving impact. One swing could crumple a helmet like paper and rattle a man's bones through layers of armor. It didn't need elegance, it needed follow-through. Now picture that same design brought into the modern age. Heat-treated steel for durability, perfectly weighted heads for controlled momentum, shock-absorbing grips for comfort during long sessions. Martial arts schools and historical combat classes would thrive with these in their arsenal, teaching not just power, but timing, stamina, and control. You're not just swinging, you're mastering momentum, feeling the weight, learning the rhythm. It's more than a weapon. It's a lesson in restraint, discipline, and pure Viking swagger. 10th shield shot angle blades. This one's straight-up battle brilliance. Hidden blades mounted directly onto the rim of your shield. Vikings didn't just block, they retaliated mid-defense. 1 second, your shield is stopping a blow. The next, you're sliding it forward and slicing right through your enemy's guard with a surprise side blade. It wasn't flashy, it was terrifying. This design transformed shields from passive defense into active offense, without needing to switch weapons or reposition. One fluid move, double the function. Now imagine a modern version, collapsible edges based on tensegrity engineering, retractable tempered steel, and secure locking mechanisms that keep things safe until go time. Stage combat crews would go nuts. In LARPs, reenactments, or theatrical duels, it's the ultimate crowd pleaser. A bash followed by a quick flick of the wrist and slash, armor's compromised. It's clever, cinematic, and rooted in real Viking genius. Why just block the blow when you can answer with one? On Birinci spear with barbed haft, a regular spear. Sure, it'll do the job. But this one, this is the meaner, more sadistic cousin. Vikings designed some spear shafts to be studded with wooden barbs or inset blades, not just to pierce flesh, but to rip it apart when pulled back out. The initial thrust might hurt, but the withdrawal, that's where the real agony began. It turned a simple stab into a message: don't get back up. This wasn't just about killing, it was psychological warfare. But for modern times, we don't need actual carnage to get the point across. Picture a reimagined version, retractable barbs that pop out on contact and snap back safely for drills, rubber tips for sparring, balanced steel shafts for reenactors, and maybe a training mode toggle for controlled movement. It's wicked looking but safe. Perfect for medieval combat schools, live demonstrations, or theater fights. 12th, net and spear combo weapon. Viking hunters weren't just brutes with blades, they were cunning tacticians. One of their lesser-known tools was the net and spear combo, a clever fusion of trap and weapon. They'd wrap a small net around the shaft of a short spear, and when thrown, the net would unfurl mid-air, tangling up the legs or wings of fleeing game. Then, before the animal had a chance to bolt again, bam, the spear followed through. It was a brutal yet brilliant 1-2 move, ensnare, then strike. Now picture a modern update, a collapsible net made of durable braided paracord, paired with a lightweight, detachable spearhead forged for balance and portability. Perfect for survivalist training, off-grid food gathering, or even eco-conscious fishing where nets can't be left behind. Picture this being demoed on a survival podcast. Net flings out, fish caught mid-splash, spear seals the deal. It's strategic, sustainable, and straight-up genius. A tool that proves intelligence has always been the deadliest weapon in the Viking arsenal. 13th, bone-tipped throwing darts. These weren't just medieval curios. They were stealth assassination tools, plain and simple. Bone-tipped throwing darts, often made from sharpened antler or hardened animal bone, were designed to fly silently and strike with surprising force. No shiny steel, no heavy iron clang, just a soft whistle through the air, followed by a deadly thud into flesh or bark. They were the covert tools of scouts, spies, and hunters who needed to move unseen and strike fast. Now imagine reviving them with a modern twist. Carbon fiber shafts for weight control, faux bone polymer tips for safety in training, and reinforced fletching for razor-straight trajectory. Add in adjustable counterweights for custom throwing balance, and you've got something between ancient art and high-performance gear. They're perfect for archery clubs, theatrical props, or just backyard target throwers who want that eerie Viking vibe, sleek, silent, and stylish. These darts are minimalist murder poetry. 14. Fishing spear with multi-prong head. Not for dinner parties, this was a straight-up fish business. Vikings didn't have fancy reels or bait shops, they had multi-prong fishing spears, 3 or 4 jagged points arranged to trap slippery salmon midstream. Precision mattered, one wrong move and your meal swam off laughing. But when used right, that fish never stood a chance. Now imagine a modern version, foldable prongs made of spring steel, a quick lock mechanism that snaps into place, and a telescopic carbon fiber pole that collapses into your pack. Strap on a sheath, head to the river and boom, you're ready. Visualize it in a wilderness survival challenge. You unclick, extend, thrust, and with one smooth motion, dinner's on shore. It's rustic Gandalf meets Viking with a sprinkle of MacGyver. For backcountry explorers, off-grid homesteaders, or anyone prepping for the unexpected, this isn't just a throwback, it's a functional fusion of ancestral wisdom and modern ruggedness. 15th Vapna slot, weapons slot. Not a weapon itself, but an engineering flex straight out of the Viking playbook. The Vapna slot was essentially a hidden socket carved into the rim of a shield, designed to mount an extra blade or spear tip. Sounds simple, right? But think about it. Your shield, your defense, just became your offense. With a flick of the wrist, it morphs into a slicing, stabbing extension of your arm. That's not just clever, it's tactical genius. Now fast forward to modern reenactment stages or martial arts studios. Imagine equipping your shield with a quick-release lock that lets you snap in a sword, axe head, or spike in seconds. You're mid-fight, your opponent's expecting another block, and bam, out comes a blade. Instant intimidation. It's a multi-tool for warriors, a Swiss Army hack for historical combat, and frankly, a prop designer's dream. Functional, flashy, and forgotten far too long. That's it, 15 forgotten Viking armaments, each one crafted with style, brutality, and brains. These aren't relics, they're inspiration blueprints. Are you a reenactor, survivalist, prop builder, or just thirsty for deadly design? Let's bring these weapons back into the spotlight. If you loved this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe for more epic history makeovers, and tell us in the comments which weapon you'd pick. Beard spikes optional.